there again, folks. Welcome back to the ObsidianGate server. And it is night time. I'm here in my farm, which it's been a while since I've been here in a video. And as you can see, it is quite different. I've blocked off the water. It's going up. As you can see, it does require some maintenance. I've been blocking off the water and making it a little bit less laggy. That's something the server's been suffering with just a little bit, so I think that this had a little bit to do with it, the constant flowing of water. I don't think it's was anything close to the main reason, but it was just my way of making it a little less laggy, which unfortunately, the more people we get on the server, the more lag we're going to have to deal with for the time being. So this was my change. I liked it, but it not that big of a thing, to be honest. It's gonna be a little bit more simple without the flowing water. So to be honest, I could probably fit some more stuff up here with less of it. Am I going to? Nah, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm totally going to drop down. Boop. Haha. Let me put up this sugar cane real quick. Tonic died. I know, big surprise. He died a little bit ago. And I've got his. I still got some of his stuff. I'm going the boring way. Let's not go the boring way. Let's go the fun way. Whee! That never gets old. The one thing about the water, though, is it gave very close or easy way of telling how to actually get out of here. Because the split always went like whoop. Ah, that's where I should go. I always hate it when I come out the wrong side of the farm. But yeah, we're going to, that's what I've been doing here. This is going to likely be a bit of a shorter video. Just kind of a little update, status update video. What I've been doing, I've actually been doing a bit on here. It's, I don't have any torches. That's awesome. Oh, we got a dressed up guy. You there, snazzy guy. I'd like you to burn that. I have to get a torch over here. Oh, actually, that's the way to do it. Obviously, I'm so used to killing creepers in single player. You know, since there's not really any builds that are, you know, that critical. Oh crap! Are these things gonna be mad at me? Because I did kill a few when I was on earlier. They weren't mad at me then. But then again, that's what Tonic thought. And they went after his butt. Oh. This guy's eyeing me. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, he's just going to go see his friends, the skeletons. Or maybe he's just going to go stand in the corner. He's a corner standing guy. I think he has been. But anyway, I'll, oh, there's a, gas. But anyway, I'm going to go out to my farm, and I will be back in just a moment. Well, I'm back on my island. As you can see, I'm developing a knack of building really tall things. And no, it is not compensating for anything. Yeah, my tower of trees is becoming quite majestic. There's no real planning. I just kind of build the segments until I don't know. I just quit. So there's no specific lengths of each section. That probably needed to be a little bit taller, since some of the oaks grow pretty big. There's actually room left there, and obviously a lot of room there left on the spruce. But I kind of like it. I can grow my trees in the clouds. Greenery in the bluery. Oh, and another thing I should mention. Biz's house is back to normal. Luckily, when I mined the blocks with the silk touch, they popped back to normal, so I was able to replace everything back the way it was. So I got a very, very, very spiffy yellow. Yes, that's a yellow house. Just look at that yellow striped house. Very snazzy red polka dotted house I got there. I very much like it. Consider myself having the fanciest house on the server. Also consider myself to have the second snazziest house on the server. I mean, look at this. This is so beautiful. And it's got a door and it's got a crafting table and windows. Whoa. Okay, I gotta walk out. It's too much awesome. Too much awesome in one vision. My sarcasm knows no bounds. You cannot bind my sarcasm. One other thing I have been working on pretty well is that Tower of Minecraft. I mentioned it it was a pretty long video because it was a live stream I had done. But I'm going to build a tower that has everything that Minecraft has. It's my Tower of Minecraft. It'll have every single block, every item involved in it somehow. And this is it. Whoa. Well, this is the future it. It's going to be... Well, right now there's not enough blocks to make it 52 stories, which is how high I want it to be. 50 or 52, I can't remember. It goes from level 6, which is bedrock layer, all the way up to the build limit. That's 50. Yeah, that's 50 levels. Okay. Because 250, it's 5 blocks high each story. Each story will be constructed entirely of one single block, and I'm going to do it in the order of which it was added to Minecraft, meaning that very simple stuff like cobblestone and dirt and wood is at the bottom. It's the base, and then as stuff gets added into the game, it's up at the top. Like if I were to finish the tower now, it'd be sponge and prismarine that'd be at the top. So it's quite the build, and I've actually done a bit of it. So let's run to This is the chest layer. One of the weirdest uses of chests I think I have ever seen in Minecraft. I built a room out of them. Now these aren't just regular chests. They're trap chests. Well, it's hard to see on there. Trap chest, regular, trap, regular. Well, it kind of made a pattern. Don't look too close. I'm pretty sure it's wrong in some places. Actually, it looks like I did it right. I mean, yeah, there was totally a pattern that I had planned out. Yes, totally a pattern that I intended from the get-go. So let's go on down here. This is the Obsidian. Oh man, I can't form words tonight. I cannot form words. Here's a question I was actually wondering. What? 9 is the block level. Okay, so light does affect it, even though it does not show up in it. Although this is a mushroom biome, so light isn't really the biggest deal. There's not going to be anything spawning here. Love being in a mushroom biome. This is the brick. Now, probably what I was, I think I'm going to actually, on these right here, I don't really like this. I'm going to go ahead and fix it now. And hopefully not screw it up. Oh, please don't tell me I've screwed it up. Oh man, I really hope I didn't screw it up. Okay. I'm going to do that. Okay, I can do it. That. Dang it! Don't need that. Okay, so do that one. Dang it! That's the one I just did, you dummy. Okay, so do that one. And then... Woohoo! I guess it's kind of on the same pattern. I don't have to keep these lined up, so it's not a big deal. So, what I'm going by is the Minecraft wiki. When I came up with this idea back in a single-player world, I was going off of... Ooh. Let's get rid of that. I was going off of Notch's blog, but apparently a lot of it has gotten took down since then, which I was really, really disappointed about. That had some really interesting stuff in it. By the way, this one was a bit of a pain to do, as you can probably imagine. This one looks like it would have been a pain to do, but we have an iron golem farm, so it was actually easy. Probably shouldn't have used the iron golem farm. I mean, part of this is building it for the challenge too, sort of. But the Notch's blog was very interesting to read about, because you could see the things as they were added, what he thought of them as they were added, and what people were coming up with. In the original game, there was only 4 blocks. It was cobblestone, wood, dirt, and what's the lower one? What's the small brick? Indestructible. I want to say brimstone for some reason. Ooh, spooky noises as I say brimstone. Oh wow! How can I not come up with words to this morning? Here's the wood level. Bedrock. Bedrock. There's only 4 blocks. Wood, dirt, cobblestone, and the bedrock. And people were coming up with some pretty interesting stuff just from those. And it was really interesting to read about when I started this in single player. Which, of course, I stopped doing because, well, it's quite the time sink and resource. Quite the resource hog. As you are already imagining. People were making some pretty cool stuff just out of those 4 blocks. They made a cool battleship. Or maybe not battleship, but kind of a... sailboat. Sailboat. Oh. They made a pretty cool sailboat. They made a thing of Mario that was recognizable. It's pretty impressive. It was the little Mario from the first game. So the pre-mushroom Mario, I guess I should say. Little Mario seems a little weird. Actually makes it sound kind of like Baby Mario. But when I say it like that. But yeah, they were coming up with some interesting stuff, and I was actually wanting to go back and look at some of that stuff and use that for this, the redo of it, which I'm also making smaller. That one's 9x9, that one was 15x15, and that like triples and quadruples the amount of material. So I'm happy with this 9x9 of it. So yeah. The next layer is going to be a little bit difficult. Ain't that right, Suicide Cow? It is right. Thanks for agreeing with me. The next layer is gold blocks. Gold blocks. So I'm going to need about 3.5 stacks of gold blocks. And how are things spawning over here? I think there's something really crazy with this snapshot. We're in 30C. Things be spawning where they shouldn't be spawning. Look at all this green stuff lit up. Where's that thing coming from? Where'd it come from? Hey yo. Then no, I don't know. I made it look a lot fancier than it. It actually was. Ooh, a potato. Thank you very much. Seriously, and a creeper. What the crap? So, speaking of Danny Boy, ironically, he is building a gold farm. I might take some of it, but I don't like taking stuff from farms, especially after they're. Well, that was lame. Especially shortly after they're set up, so I may set up my own over here on the island. Ooh, that's not rendered in completely. That looks all crazy like. I want my tower of trees to show. So I need somewhat of a source of gold. I mean, most of it will need to be mined up. It would be very difficult to get that amount of gold off of zombie pigmen. That would just be quite the undertaking. Fortunately, speaking of that, there is more area on the island here that I need to explore. Oh, it's the clouds that's making it look like that. Okay. That was a new rendering thing or something. Now this is my, yeah, that's the old way down. Ooh, oh dang, that them parkour skills. Oh, parkour skills fail me. But there, I thought I had this place covered, and I found this about 3 days ago. I'm going to have to get into here and explore. Of course, the caving should be very easy since things shouldn't spawn, but to make things even better, if I get out that way, out into the ocean and light things up, it should make that work just a little bit better. And as far as the gold farm, it'll be a tower. Seriously, I'm not compensating for anything. I'm not compensating for anything. Shh, quit saying that. But it'll either be a tower, where I build up, just a lot of obsidian gates. I think I've got a few bits of obsidian left over. Crap, where did I get those? Oh, I guess those were left from when I made the mossy cobblestone. Yeah, I have 48. I mean, that's not much, but I can go down into the actually, there's some good obsidian down there. Why didn't I think to grab that obsidian? I went like into this ravine down here. It took me 30 minutes to find it because it's like, this will be simple. And yeah, there's actually obsidian down in my mines that I should get. And I will make that, or I might just take out that back wall there on the mob farm and kind of do what Matt did on the tower at spawn, and have portals there to where the occasional zombie pigman will spawn in and drop to his death, and hopefully give him give us some nuggets. Man, I cannot type to save my life. But that's it. This actually was longer than I meant it to be. Just kind of an update. I'm gonna try to do a few more adventures type stuff on the here on the server too, along with building, something I don't do very much. Also, for those interested, I've been doing some more challengey type stuff. I've been doing a oh, good grief. I'm horrible at this. I'm horrible at this. I like that quote. I am horrible at this. Take that how you wish. I'm horrible just standing in place and doing nothing. So let's actually put myself to work as I'm yakking away here, saying nothing of importance. I've been doing a challenge lately. As you know, I do like my challenges. I like UHC mode and the sort. And I've been doing a oh, I thought there was something in the water. Something hostile in the water. There's not. It's just a mushroom. I've been doing a no cobblestone crafting challenge where I try to beat the dragon and the wither. I'm wondering whether or not I should end it at the dragon, because that's kind of end game, and I mean the wither, I mean, if you can beat the dragon, you can technically beat the wither. I mean, so it's not like it would be any extra challenge. I mean, it would be challenging, but it wouldn't be like an extra level of you know, of doing anything. I would just have to grind for the skeletons, skeleton skulls, and I would have to, you know, not die to the wither, apparently, obviously. So I may just say it's done at the dragon. I'll have to see. I'll let people kind of help me make that decision, but I'm thinking that I should probably call it there. But I've got an idea for a pretty cool challenge, a challenging challenge, if you like that such thing, and I do like that sort of thing. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'm pretty anxious to do it. So it's another thing I have been working on lately. This cobblestone challenge is being fun, and I'm being even more inspired to do the cobblestone challenge because I'm wanting to get it done to where I can get to the other one. Kind of strange. So that's something you guys can look forward to, as I look forward to it as well. But this episode's devolved into feeding cows and chickens and doing farming. So I think that's a good place to call it for here. I do hope you folks enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell there, folks.